got in here. I got in here because we marked out the as you can see, we marked out the 5 a.m. 4-hour candle, the bottom and the top of it. Oh, my bad, here, the top and the bottom of it, right? And we marked out the daily, the previous day, highs and lows. As you can see, previous day candle, daily candle, came back down to the 5-minute, marked out London Open and the 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Thing, and London Open which is really 10 a.m. Like the 10 a.m. mark. I'm in Colombia, so it's like 1 hour behind. So this is the 9 a.m., 9:30, 8:30, and this is 10, which is when that 9 a.m. candle, the 5 a.m., you know what I mean? 5 a.m. candle closes. You probably don't know what I mean, but yeah, this is the 9 a.m. 4-hour, 5 a.m. Candle, which starts at 10, but to me is 9. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but anyways, that's what I do. Go to the 4-hour, mark the 5 a.m. candle, the highs and the lows, my bad, what the heck, the highs and the lows, and then I put this line right here that tells me like when New York session started and when that 10 a.m. Mark starts. And as you can see, at the start of New York, we didn't get like any sweeps of these previous, like we didn't get a sweep of these lows right here. It kind of like went down a little bit. I guess it swept these lows or whatever. I mean, I guess, or whatever. Like even before market open, it swept these lows, which are London lows. But we like came down a little bit, and then we picked up, and we got a sweep of the highs, of London highs, and we got a sweep of the previous day. This is the previous day mark. Previous day high sweeps right here. And yeah, so we got the sweep right here of the previous day, and the 4-hour highs right here. So previous day and 4-hour, we got both of those sweeps, and I believe that we are now reversing. So we're going to reverse to sweep down these lows, and that's why I got in on this trade. I think I definitely over leveraged because my stop loss is very tight. This is not an actual funded account. This is just like let's just say it's like a simulated account. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna close right here because price is stalling right here because it wants to correct to fill this fair value gap here. And my stop loss, let me put this a lot more darker so you guys can see it. I think it wants to fill this fair value gap here, and my stop loss is like right there, so I don't want it to correct and like, stop me out. Yeah, that's a nice fair value gap here that it probably wants to fill, and that's why it's like stalling down here. So let's close right here, wait for that to be filled, and then so let's close right here. Let's wait for this to be filled because I'm pretty sure that this is gonna want to get filled, and then let's get back in when it comes back down. But it's cool because te amo más, baby, love you. It's cool because did I just say te amo más, love you? I just said it twice. it's cool because we just made another 1,000 here. So we're up 12,000 here. I thought I already had 10K. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, see, it's stalling, and I think it's stalling because it just wants to correct and fill this. So let's just let it do that. Yeah. So let's see what's up. And as you can see, it already filled that fair value gap right there. I'm gonna get in again.
Order filled.
2 contracts, so I can have a little bit more space for now. As soon as I see a bearish close, and maybe a bearish close under here, I'm not sure yet, then I can then I will put in another contract. But yeah, you know, because the reason why I got out of the trade and I didn't just leave my stop loss above the, you know, the fair value gap is because sometimes price be exaggerating and it wants to fill it like all the way up here and whatever. Like, see, it probably wants to fill it a lot more. This is actually it right there. Probably wants to fill it a lot more, or not. Hopefully not. But yeah, fair value gaps are dope in that way, and they're annoying in that way because price is gonna fill that fair value gap, fam. At some point, trust is gonna fill it, which is dope because see, we have a fair value gap right here. Fair value gaps are just these gaps between price that they're not filled. You see how this like wick, see how this like little line right here stops here, and then this little line right here stops here. I'll show you. See, this little line right here stops here, and that little line right there stops there, and then there's like a gap between that candle and this candle. You know, there's like a gap. It needs to be filled like what you kind of see right here. It needs to be filled like this. Like this is filled, there's a wick there, and there's the wick. These are called wicks, those little sticks. These are called wicks. These are called candles. Anyways, I'm gonna do a video explaining the whole thing, like basically like trading for dummies. But anyways, there's a fair value gap here that's gonna wanna be filled just like this, and then there's a fair value gap here that's gonna wanna be filled. But we're not going off of fair value gaps like that. I only now use fair value gaps. Yeah, I use it for this too, like obviously like, oh, this wants to fill it, you know, but to be honest, I'm just going off of market structure and price action, and then seeing what price does. Like, let's just say it comes all the way down here and fills this fair value gap, right? Let's just say price does this or whatever, and then fills this fair value gap, and then it like starts pushing up and whatever, then I'll get out here because obviously the structure is price action is changing back. Like it was like high, lower high, lower high, lower high, so and lower low, lower, so lower high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then equal lows, and then higher high, or high because this is, or higher high because this is higher than this high, this is higher than this high. If I see that, and then higher low because this low is higher than this low, if I see that reversal happening, then I will like, okay, it's time to, you know, exit the trade. And I will see then that, oh, price is reacting off of this fair value gap. It just wanted to fill this and go back up again. That's the only way that I would like, but I don't go off of fair value gaps anymore. They kind of like they help, but we get lost in the sauce, bro. We get lost in the sauce with like fair value gaps and like indicators and like all these things. I used to mark out all fair value gaps. I thought the fair value gaps were the thing that was gonna do it, and they, obviously, like, they help, right? They helped me in this right here. Hopefully, this just freaking ends up pushing down and doesn't want to create another, because that's what could happen too. I don't really like how this is looking, because why would it? It already filled it, unless it wants to fill it a lot more, like I said, right? But I don't like it, because sometimes this wants to like push up and then drop back down. It wants to do like a double tap of this, because people got in cells right here, so there's a lot of stop losses right here that people can take out. Like, people probably have their stop losses up here, right? So if price comes up and it kills everybody right here, boom, you know what I mean? God forbid. But hopefully that's not what price wants to do. Hopefully it's just this fair value gap that I wanted to fill, and now it just is going down. If I see that it's stalling too much here, I'll probably get out. But hopefully we get a bearish close now, because we actually gotta close. We gotta close inside the fair value gap, so that's even doper. So that's cool. But hopefully we get a bearish close right now and start heading down now. But anyways, yeah. So really, just going off of market structure, and now that we got this sweeps of the daily, the previous day, and London highs and all this, and the 4-hour candle, the 5 a.m. 4-hour candle, we got a sweep of that too. Now we can target the lows. So I'd be making 12K on this one, when actually I'm gonna put in another contract as soon as this. I'll put in another contract as soon as we pass like this right here. As soon as we pass this line right here, I'll put in another contract. Let me put this in black so y'all can see it. Yeah, as soon as it closes underneath this black line right here, I'll put in another contract. See, I don't like how it's not like coming down and closing bearish, and it's like pulling up again. Like, why? Why? Unless it just wants to fill it a lot more. But yeah, I don't vibe with that. Anyways, but yeah, that's like, you see how easy this strategy is. Hopefully this ends up playing out, so y'all can see. But it's still gonna play out, even if it comes up and stop me out and whatever. Y'all will see that it's gonna reverse and it's gonna go down, because there's a lot of fair value gaps here that it wants to build. They just went crazy and bought up, and we have liquidity sweeps of previous day and this 4-hour 5 a.m. candle. So the next target would be to hit the lows of the 4-hour 5 a.m. candle, and even previous day lows as well. And price can do whatever it wants, but that's what trading is. We see patterns, we recognize patterns, and we recognize things that the market does every day. So we're like, oh, okay, it probably is gonna do that today as well. But this could continue buying like It doesn't have to do what we think it's gonna do, but there is a major probability that it is gonna do that. It usually this play happens every day, whether at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m., whatever, 9 a.m. or later on the day. Like right now is 1, bro. It's 1:30. Like, you know, traders for real trade at like, 8:30, right? Like around 10 usually, like 9, like New York time, like 9:40, something like that, to like 10. And they get in a trade, and the trade probably is like 20 minutes, maybe something like that. So they get out in like 10:30, maybe 11, and that's it, they're done. But look, this sweep happened right now. Like I could have gone in at, like, as soon as I saw that price was building here, like London market open, right? Boom, came down, swept this, came up, and uh, came above this point right here, right? Let me make this. Came above this point right here, right? Above this black line. So we have indication. And it went down, wasn't breaking this support right here, wasn't breaking this support right here, wasn't going lower than this support right here. And look, as soon as it came up above this this right here, which is this line, you see we have a break because it was creating lower highs. It was creating lower highs. This high is lower than this high. This high is lower than this high. This high is lower than this high. This high is lower than this high, until it came up and created a new high. So, okay, price could reverse. Not only did it create a new high, but it created a higher low. This low is higher than this low. If it was continuing the trend, we would see this continue, right? These lows continue. So this low should have been down here, but it wasn't. So we have a higher high and a higher low. So price is already changing. So as soon as it comes up again above this line, it's gonna do the exact thing as it did here. It's gonna do it right here, which it did. Look, you see, boom, it did the same thing that it did right here. As soon as it came up above this high, it did it right here, boom. So you could have gotten in right here, boom. And obviously with ICC you target this high right here, but if you marked out this, right, the 4 a.m. candle, if you marked out the 4 a.m. candle, 4 hour 5 a.m. candle, right, highs and lows, the green line, you can go back down and you're like, okay, price is building up so it can target this high right here. So that could have been a nice and easy trade. Where do you put your what's it called, your stop loss? Maybe down here, right, above, below this line, or even like right here. Yeah, and like you would target that. And if you mark out your previous day highs as well, and you see that price is just still going, you could have targeted the previous day highs. So that could have been the first trade here to take, but I didn't take that because I was sleeping. And now that we swiped this high, 4 hour 5 a.m. candle, and we swiped the previous day highs, now we're looking to reverse, and that's why I got in right here, boom. The first entry I got in like right here as well, or whatever. Yeah, right, I got in down here. Yeah, I got in down here. It corrected to this fair value gap, and now is heading back down. We're up, about $600 right now. Yeah, and what is it gonna do now? What is it gonna do? It's gonna target the previous day lows and the 4-hour 5 a.m. candle low. That's what it's gonna target. So you can put your profit target here, or you can put your profit target in the previous day low. That this move is gonna happen today, like, that's, it's likely to happen, but it also doesn't have to happen, right? Price can come down and stall like around here before it even touches here. Like, we can even see a touch of here, like, later tonight, like at, I don't know, 10 or 11 p.m. Or we can see it right now, and then to target these previous day lows, we could, we don't have to do that. Like, just go with what price gives you. And, like, let's just say, like, you're trading a prop firm or whatever, and you need to make $800. Cool, exit right there, boom. Or if you need to get the what you need for today, like 1,500, you can just,
Order filled.
what the heck? Ah. What happened? What happened? I don't know what just happened. Anyways, but yeah, if you need to get like the 1,500 that you need to pass, then that will probably be like around here, this price right here. So yeah. I don't know what happened here, but I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna get in with one contract because I don't know why price is stalling.
Order filled.
Okay. I don't know what happened. I don't know what just happened. Let me get another one.
Order filled.
What the heck? Anyways, yeah, so you can get the 1,500, whatever, or you can just, whatever. You can do whatever. As soon as this closes under this line, I'm gonna get in another contract because I was on 3 contracts. Okay, I think we can get in another contract here.
Order filled.
Yeah, thank you. Stop loss. I don't think it's gonna go up there anymore, but just to be responsible for you guys, I'm gonna just put a stop loss there. Anyways, and I know the stop loss is crazy. Obviously, don't do this in a prop, like in an actual account. Don't do this, unless you already, as we know, it's gonna go down. It's gonna be May. So you already know it's gonna go down. So why not risk high risk on a ace plus setup? I believe this is an A setup. A setup to probably A plus as soon as it closes, like under here. Yeah. But yeah, like, yeah, you see how clean, bro, clean. Like, you don't. This is for prop firms, This is ICC / prop firms, Like, with ICC and whatever, like the actual ICC, with the actual ICC, like, it's another game. Like, this will probably be like this right here. Let's go to the 4-hour. This doesn't look clean at all. This right here, I guess. Right? This right here. we're making, I mean, this is a 4-hour indication right here. 4-hour indication, correction, didn't get a continuation here. And we got a lower high instead of just coming up and pushing up. We got a lower high, and then we got a higher low, but we're getting that lower high as well. It's not continuing to push up. So this could still play in our favor to come back down here. And then below this line right here, because just like how we got an indication to the upside here, we also got an indication to the downside here, because underneath this line we have an indication, and then came back down and came like indication, correction. We got this like small continuation, but it didn't like continue. Came back up, created a lower high, or it looks like it's creating a lower high to continue back down. But again, like price can just shoot up. Like we're on the red right here, so price can just shoot up, and you know, that will be our loss for the day. But this is usually what happens. But that's ICC on the higher time frames. For prop firms, when you're just looking to make 1,500 or like 5,000 in order to get max payout, you don't need all that. You know, you just need 1,500. Like you don't need to do the bigger to higher time frame ICC, which takes a while to build. You know, this setup, this right here happens every day, and you can get in using ICC on the lower time frames. Like look, this is the same thing. Market open, we got indication, correction, continuation. That's a trade right there. Like I explained before. Continuation. Targeting what? The 4-hour 5 a.m. candle and the previous day highs right here, this purple line right there. And right here, what do we have now? We have a drop below, like a lower high, and then we have the, you know, continuation. As soon as you see a lower high, you're probably gonna get that lower low, you know. So we kind of jumped the gun right here. We should see, like, I mean, right, like lower high. It already created a lower low, so this is price filling in that gap, this gap right here. Oh no, there's no gap right here. So no, it is. Yeah, there is, of course. This is price probably filling in this gap right here that it left, right? Small little gap. I told you, gaps are useful and they're sometimes annoying, because it's just like, yo, bro, drop, you know what I mean? But yeah, as soon as you get that lower high, that's a, you know, that should make you think like, oh, this could probably be, you know, the reversal. As soon as you get that lower low, okay, we're definitely getting that reversal, because we got a break below this low right here. We got a break here, so we got a lower high and a lower low. Okay, this is definitely going down. Let's get in right here. Boom, and you go down, you know. But yeah, this is ICC on the lower time frame, and this usually happens like every day. So I don't think it gets easier than this, fam. I mean, I believe that anything can get easier, right? Like things can definitely get easier. So I'm hopeful for that. But this is like, when I was doing the whole fair value gaps and all these things and whatever, I missed a lot, because again, Sai teaches that like sometimes like price will do this, right? And let's say there's a fair value gap right here. Let's say that there's a, sorry, let's just put this bigger, right? make this bigger. And let's say there's a fair value gap right here. There's like two fair value gaps. This one, it's not, obviously you don't take this one. There's one right here, and there's one right here, right? So there's like three fair value gaps. People would tell you, yo, the second fair value gap and the third, but most likely the second is like the dope one. This is the one. But what I've seen is that, like Sai says, sometimes price doesn't just do this. Sometimes it does, but sometimes what it does, it comes all the way down here, fam. Even touches this, even creates an equal low with this one. So, or it just does this right here. And you're thinking like, yo, why did it just inverted this fair value gap and then decided to do what I thought it was gonna do, which is go up? I thought if it inverts a fair value gap, it means that it's reversing. No, bruh. What reversal means, it's if it breaks market structure, not if it respects your fair value gap or not, bruh. Like, if it breaks this low right here, like, that's when price is changing, not when it inverts your fair value gap. Yes, does it happen? Of course it does. Like, I trust fair value gaps too, but not fully. I was fully trusting fair value gaps. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to talk crazy about fair value gaps. Fair value gaps has helped me a lot, but don't trust on it fully. Like, don't put your whole weight on it. Put your whole weight on market structure. That's the thing that's gonna help you, like, really know what price is doing, not like fair value gaps. And in my opinion, I never use like indicators like that, so I can't really talk about indicators. But to me, fair value gaps is kind of like using an indicator in a way. Don't come at me with that for that one. For me, it was like, I saw it like using an indicator, because Sai doesn't use none of this. Sai doesn't use fair value gaps. Sai is not like, obviously he's not even marking freaking liquidity sweeps or anything like that. Like, he doesn't really talk about it. Like, he mentions it, but doesn't really talk about it. Like, he's not marking up these highs and lows in the charts and whatever. No, that's like, he don't care about that. What he cares about, where are sellers, which is up here, and where are the buyers, which is down here, right? So if price is selling, we're selling to the buyers, and as price is buying, we're buying to the sellers. So that's what he does, and which is dope. So, but yeah, I believe this is a way where you can trade easily, bro. Easy. Like, I really just gave you the sauce right now. I literally just gave you what I'm doing, every morning or every day, because this is what marking up this highs and lows of the 4-hour 5 a.m. candle is really my indicator. Oh, and this marking up the market open and the not market open for you guys if you're not in Colombia, and if market open will be 9:30, which in my case is 8:30, and the 10 a.m. New York time, which is my 9 a.m. That's all I use. When did market open, so I can know what it did when it opened, and the highs and lows of where price is heading, and if it's reversing. And if it's reversing, it's coming back down. Bro, that's it. I explained it all in this video. Like, that's literally all you need, fam. But yeah, mark up the 4-hour highs and lows, and mark up that daily highs and lows, by the way, the previous day highs and lows. That will literally help you a lot, because yo, like, this is it, fam. You don't need nothing else. After that, all you need to worry about is how much you're leveraging. Like, you see right here, I'm risking 1,700. You shouldn't do that in a like I said, this is an A setup, so I would probably risk heavy, like at least 2 contracts. for sure. I usually do 2 contracts anyway, so I would risk 2 contracts. So that's all you need to worry about, bro. How much are you risking? You know, you can do micros, you can do 1 mini or 3 minis or 1 mini or 2 minis. But that's all you need to worry about with this, you know? That's all I need to worry about with this. Like, that's really all I'm checking, because I'm like, bro, my entries are good. Why am I losing these trades? And it's really because of the high leveraging. I leverage a lot. That's why, that's literally why. Look at this. Look at this. I've done this with this percent. I'm not gonna say it because I have 100% win rate, like in my mind. So with this percentage that it says here, look, right? I've made 37,000, like, which over here is 50,000, fam. 50,000. Look, this is crazy. This is crazy. Check this out. I lost 8K, whatever, blah, blah. I made 26 in 1 day. Lost 3K, 1.5, 1 back 7. Lost 21 in 1 day, fam. I was still up 13,000. Lost 1K here, made 10, lost 1, 2, and then made 18. I'm back, bro. In 1 week, I made back the 20, more than 21,000. And then, like, lost $800 in this day, whatever. Made 2K, got 11. I'm up 13. Bro, look, 50K, fam. Like, so I leverage a lot because I'm just, you know, I just I don't like wasting time. I want to get it, and like, I want to get it right now. That's just how I've always been. Yo, look, you would have already made the 1,500 off of that little move. You probably would have made it like right here. So yeah, fam. Yeah, so that's just how it goes. I believe that we're gonna get a full, you know, this is looking really nice. So, you know, that would be kind of dope. Oh, and look, you know, this is a 50K account, right? So I'm up almost 100,000 here, fam. I just want to hit the 100,000, even if it's here, because I know I didn't make like the full 100,000, but even if I get this account from 50 to 100, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm already at 50, so as you guys saw, so yeah, man. Like, I don't see why you would need anything else other than this. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see, it's going our way. Maybe I'll just post where I closed for this video, because obviously I'm not gonna record the whole thing. But we're already up 3K. If I wanted to close right here, I would be up 3K for the day. Like, just take what you need. That's another thing I want to say, for real. If you like this right here, bro, and you were only looking to make, look, it's already at 4K. If you were only looking to make like 5K or something on your actual trading account, just close right here. Close right here. Why? Because like, if you don't want to wait for that correction, you know, it's gonna go down and then it's gonna correct. If you don't want it to correct and you just want to take the profit, fam. Just take 3K. Like, I've seen it a lot where, obviously I don't think it's gonna happen here, but I've done this a lot, bro, where I just like freaking left the trade go, and then it goes in la contraria. Like, it just goes in the opposite direction, and I get nothing on the day, and then I'm over trading and then I lose more. So if you can't handle the losses and all that yet, whatever you're in profit, close that on that day. 4K, that's 4K. Remember, in order to get a max payout, you just need, the max payout is 2K. So with 5K right there, you can have a 2K payout and a 3K buffer. You know, you just need a 2K buffer. So um, get a payout of two. You need 4K. You need 2K on the day. You're trading with 5 accounts. You need 2K, a 2K payout. That's a 10K payout. All you need is $4,000. If you want a 10K payout, all you need is $4,000. So if this was an actual account, I close this right here. Boop. Trade every day on Top Step and make $150, which is all you need to have a profitable day. You need 5 profitable trading days. And then by the end of the week, request those 2K. And you have a 3K buffer with prop firms in order to make 10K. You don't need to make 10K right here, fam. You need a 2K buffer and a 2K payout. That's 4K on the week. That's all you need to make a week. You don't need all this. You don't need all this. You don't need freaking 11,000 on. That's great. Cool. If you do these numbers, amazing. But in order to get a 10K payout with 5 of these accounts, you only need $4,000 on the week. 2K buffer, 2K payout. You don't need that much. If you want a bigger buffer to be more flexible, whatever, okay, cool. Close on the 5K and then have a 3K buffer and the $2,000 payout. Like, don't overcomplicate prop firms. Don't overcomplicate prop firms. In any prop firm, look at what's the max payout. Oh, it's 2K? Okay, cool. I just need to make 4K on the week. That's all I need to make. All I need to make to get max payout. If you just want to get 1,000, just make 3,000. You know, 2K buffer, $1,000. And some people will argue you don't even need to make all that to get $1,000 payout or whatever. You know, you make $500 a day, you're good for the week. You know, request your $600 or $1,000 at the end of the week, and you're good. You know, like you don't need, you know, you don't need all that. You know. But I do it because my goal is to trade live, you know, my goal, and not only just to trade live, pause. My goal is to get max payouts on prop firms and then trade live. So to be honest with you, I don't, you know, I'm hectic on live because when I trade live, I want to have like at least a K, or to be perfectly honest with you, I want like 3K on a live account. That's how I want to trade, with 3K on a live account. I would trade with 1,000 for sure, but like the sweet spot for me would be 3K. Anyways, so you don't need all that, bro. Just close right here on a prop firm. Close right here, 4K, 2K payout by the end of the week. All you need to make the rest of the week is $120, and that's it. Because that's all they require. Like if you make 4K, the rest of the week all you need to make, if you make 4K or 5K today, the rest of the week all you need to make is $120, because they require a 5-day profitable. You need to be profitable for 5 days in order to get a payout. So you need a minimum of $120. I think it's $120 to $200. So if you make 4K right here, you make $120, $120, and you get a payout. You know, that, like, because you don't need to make more than, like I said, you don't need to make more than 4K in order to get a max payout on Top Step and most of these prop firm accounts. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, as I said, I can close right here, but I'm not gonna do that. Why? Because I do believe we're either gonna get down, like, we're definitely just gonna get down to these lows. I think so. It doesn't have to happen today. I also have to look out for this. Also look out for this. It's what time is it? 3:10. They close, Top Step closes every trade at 3:10. You should know that. So we're probably not gonna get down here by this time. Probably not. but we are gonna get something out of the market. Like, we are gonna get something. There's no need for price to correct all the way up here. I don't think so. Oh dang, we have a little small fair value gap right here. So, and that's why we're probably building that. Probably gonna get a little retracement here to fill in this fair value gap. But anyways, I'm for sure we're probably gonna get something out of the market if I don't just end up closing here, you know, because why the heck would I want it to correct all the way up here? But I'm just gonna leave it to play out for you guys, and I'm gonna put the end result after. So anyways, if not, if I don't put the end result after, then you already know that this played out. You know, the reason why I say this is because this video is already 40 minutes long, and for me to edit this and add the clip where I actually won and then download it, 40 minutes, that's a long download. But yeah, as you can see, it played out. I can close right here, boom, closed, made 3K, made 4K, whatever. Yeah, so made 3K, yeah, whatever, because it was at 3K. So yeah, this is it, fam. This, I don't, like, this is all you would need, really, to make some breado out here. Matter of fact, just for the sake of the video, and because zooming out right here, I do remember the higher time frame, how, you know, it has the potential to build up, but I don't think so. I don't think so. In my IG, and I'm gonna, well, dang, why did I say that? Now I gotta really stay here. Yeah, so yeah, this is really all you need, yo. This really all you would need. I mean, I don't see how, like, yeah, of course it can get easier than this, but this is fairly easy read, you know. This is a fairly easy read. So yeah, as you can see, we came up to fill it, and yeah, it looks like it wants to invert it. So I'm gonna close here at 1,000 something, 1,300. Amazing.
Order filled.
Thank you. Yeah, because I'm not walking away with nothing, baby. I'm taking something. So we're up 12K. And on the week, we're up 14K. Like I said, take what the market gives you. Just take it, yo. Take what you want, you know? And just take what you want. You don't need anything. All you need is God, but take what you want, you know? If you feel like it's about to reverse, if you feel like you're gonna end up taking less, nah, just take as much as you want, you know? And then that's it, call it a day. Look, it was probably gonna, it's respecting it, but it probably wants to invert it. Probably wants to just, you know, ain't gonna happen.